Hey, it's David Baer from winebear.net, and today we're going to be talking about wine speak. Now, if you've ever been in a wine shop and read the little tags on the shelf, some of that language can be awfully confusing. I mean, do you know what it means to be inky or have hints of pencil lead in things that you're tasting? There's a lot of amazingly poetic language out there that sounds great and maybe sometimes sounds a little bit bizarre, but it's hard for us as consumers to understand exactly what's going on inside the bottle when described with such flowery language. So instead, I would suggest that if you're either looking for a wine of a certain type or you're trying to describe a wine that you're tasting, you consider the following rules. Instead of trying to describe wines with a range of flavors and hints and nuances that you're experiencing in a wine, instead, why don't you try describing things that are factual? First thing you may want to think about is the color of the wine. And then you can move on to the sweetness and finally the intensity of the wine, how heavy it is or how light it is. If there are very dominant flavors in a wine, those are things that you can pinpoint and talk about. But talking about hints and nuances really muddies and confuses the conversation in a way that is not going to help other people understand what you're talking about. And if you're trying to find a wine at a restaurant and want to describe a flavor profile that you're after, instead of describing specific flavors, talk about wines that you've enjoyed in general and ask for suggestions in that direction. The whole idea of this sort of wine geeky speak can make others incredibly intimidated with the entire subject of wine, and that's something we absolutely want to avoid. So avoid the wine geek speak. Get plain and simple, and the entire subject of wine will become more accessible for everyone. If you're new here, make sure to click subscribe on this channel so that you can see more videos just like this one. And if you found this content valuable, I hope that you'll share it with others who can benefit as well. And finally, if you're not yet on the WineBear email list, click on over to winebear.net right now and sign up so that you can find out about all of the good stuff that we're delivering over there too.